Lawyer called me at work and said, "Your ex just testified under oath that you tried to drown your daughter during your weekend visitation. What are you talking about?" He said there was an emergency hearing and I needed to get there now. I rushed to the courthouse and saw my ex holding our 3-year-old daughter surrounded by people handing her tissues. The second she saw me, she screamed, "That's him! That's the man who tried to kill our baby!" Every head turned and stared at me like I was a monster. She handed the judge a medical report showing water in our daughter's lungs from almost drowning. If he believed her, I would lose my daughter forever. But something felt wrong. The hospital was 40 miles from the lake. Why would I drive past 3 hospitals to get there? The judge believed her and granted the emergency order. My ex smiled as she walked past and whispered, "Should have signed the divorce papers," when I asked nicely. That night I sat alone in my apartment scrolling through videos of my daughter saying, "Daddy," over and over until my eyes burned. I kept thinking about that hospital 40 miles away, and I couldn't let it go. The next morning my boss called me into his office. He closed the door behind him and wouldn't look me in the eye. "I'm sorry, but we can't have someone under investigation working with clients." Just like that, I was out. Then my mom called sobbing. "How could you do this to your own child? I saw the medical report. I can't even look at you." I tried to tell her the hospital didn't make sense, but she hung up before I could finish. Everyone believed my ex. I had no job, no family, and no way to see my daughter, but I refused to let her win. I hired a lawyer and sat across from him with the report spread out on his desk. "I was at work all morning. I have badge swipes to prove it. This doesn't add up." He looked into it and called me back with his voice sounding completely different. "You need to come in right now." I drove to his office and he slid the report across the desk. "This is time-stamped from that morning. You were still at work. You didn't even have your daughter yet. Someone else took her to that hospital before I ever picked her up. My ex has a boyfriend she always called nobody important. I dug into him and found out he's a paramedic at that exact hospital. I brought this to my lawyer and he subpoenaed the parking records.